some money, you're gonna feel different.
Straight up.
You might even, all that other advice I could have gave you, this is the short version. You know, get you a couple dollars, man. You're gonna feel different.
Next Net Hustle. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.
Jeter, gratitude is the attitude. Show is a blessing to be back in the black box as we blow a secession on my mama. If you know me, if you know anything about me, you might know that I happen to know an East Coast Crip or two. Quite familiar with those guys. I'm also quite familiar with Alex Alonso and Munchie B. I don't know what it is. This video then came to me from quite a few members from East Coast Crip, right? And they just curious. They asking like, what is Alex's and Munchie's infatuation with the homies? There was already some content and regarding some of the homies case that they recently went to court about and are fighting appeals about. Still hasn't got the final say so. Free the homies ASAP. And it was some politics behind the scenes. I guess an agreement not to go further. I happen to be a fly on the wall in some of these conversations. And then Alex, you know, in some of his other work, he assists the homies on multiple cases and trying to secure their freedom. I don't know how he can assume or think somehow in his mind come up with the idea that it's a good idea to be putting certain type of information on blast about individuals that are trying to go home. Not only is a compilation of certain amount of activities attributed to a certain group, ingredients for a RICO, but you got individuals that have been incarcerated that, you know, don't need activities that are less than well-behaved to be highlighted. And it just seems like to the homies, and as I analyze, even to myself, that Alex is operating in some type of conflict of interest. But here it is. Him and Munchie B are discussing one of the homies once again. And I'll listen to like, let me see how long. I've already listened to like, I wasn't sure I was going to react to it, but I heard, the last thing I heard Alex say is, and here it is, this guy is stenabbed another police. So I can't, this must not be the phone I'm watching on. The title is The Most Violent Crip in the California Prison System. Now, Alex is aware, my homies are, you know, through the years, notoriously known for doing much damage to the staff in the CDC. Calipatria, one of the most notable moments. This incident that they're referring to is also a notable moment in the culture, just not as popularized and as bloody. Wasn't as many people involved. However, I don't see how this helps. The homie is not sitting around looking to be highlighted and celebrated for none of these type of things. Let me see if I can find out on this phone how much I've listened to. Yeah. 1 minute and 45 seconds. And it's a 10-minute video. With no further ado, let's see what Alex and Munchie say the most guy has been up to.
I have dubbed this guy as the most active inmate in the California Department of Corrections. His name is John Blaylock. John Blaylock. Now, John Blaylock is in prison he's been in prison since 2004 for shooting at or shooting a police officer. I'm not sure. And already received a life sentence.
197 for death though. Free site.
2004. A year later, in 2005, John Blaylock killed a CO. and
was accused of and found guilty of. But yeah, like as if you were there and witnessed it, he killed the CEO, huh? Wow.
another sentence for that. And he has been in trouble in the CDCR multiple times for assaults on staff, mostly. And then just recently, John Blaylock stabbed another CO.
John don't play.
John Blaylock just killed another CO. And John Blaylock is actually found an article where he was identified as an East Coast Crip with a history of violent assaults against law enforcement. There's a picture of him here, light-skinned dude with a lot of face tattoos. He looked like he can be Latino or black, but he's definitely in a black gang. And let me pull up this article on this most recent situation that happened in prison. Here we go. Inmate who killed CO accused of stabbing a...
Yeah, I really don't understand the motives behind this. A lot of people on the east side are suspicious that. I know y'all see the video that went viral a couple weeks ago. I think they even did a part 2. Is it Real Certified Street News? And they talk about the homies in the Inglewood situation. The content that Munchie ran a few months ago was related to that. And the homies highly suspected Alex Alonso as being the source of Munchie getting that content, because it was some it was real shortly thereafter certain decisions was made in court, and he had got this content that was related to the case that nobody could get unless someone was directly associated with the case and Alex worked on the case. So the homies was assuming Alex gave him that, and it's like nobody understands why he's doing this right now, as if is the homies the only ones active. They think he gave the information to that channel that just ran that viral video about the little mates allegedly being on camera in Inglewood and back on the east side. They crediting that to you, Alex, that you supplied that.
Another California prison guard. The Sacramento prison officer suffered multiple puncture wounds in the attack. A California corrections officer is recovering after authorities say an inmate attacked him with an improvised weapon inside California State Prison in Sacramento. The incident happened at 10 a.m. on March 9th in a cell block at the Folsom area prison when inmate John Blaylock, who is now 56 years old, allegedly attacked a correction officer, causing multiple puncture wounds. Staff quickly responded to stop the attack. Institution medical personnel treated the officer at the scene before he was transported to an outside medical facility for additional care. The officer is reported to be in good condition and awaiting discharge. An improvised weapon was recovered on the scene. Blaylock has been placed in restrictive housing while the incident is investigated. CDCR said the case will be referred to the Sacramento County.
Alex, does it cross your mind whether or not he would appreciate this content being created on his name? Because I can tell you on behalf of him and all his homies and his comrades, this is not appreciated. And, from you working very close with a lot of the homies on getting their freedom, it seemed like your consideration as to how they would feel about you doing this type of content will be at the forefront, but it doesn't seem as if that's so.
County District Attorney's Office for possible felony prosecution. And he's already serving multiple life sentences.
Yeah, I see Nipsey picture still ain't made it up on the wall, huh? It's a done deal. Damn, SIP neighborhood nipped the crib.
I don't think they're going to prosecute him again.
2 things.
What's that?
Okay. That CO, he could probably put up the argument that he need to sue CDCR because this inmate got a history of violence where he should have had an indeterminate shoot program anyway. He shouldn't be able to just, you know what I mean? And number two is
that a campaign to lock down the homies with a? I don't understand this commentary at all.
On them level 4 yards, that's why the you know, the CLs got more respect because this is likely to happen. You know what I'm saying? People don't go home off of level 4 yards every day. Majority lifers, 80% of the population on 180 design prisons, that's a level 4. And them CLs be having some act right, you know what I'm saying, on them level 4s versus the lower levels 1, 2, or 3. But he probably, you know what I'm saying, you can't, that it's the difference between convicts and inmates, and he's a convict, you know what I'm saying, and they demand respect. So you probably came by his door talking some bullshit, and when it popped open, he did what he did.
Yeah.
No, for real.
Yeah, he should have known better.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't know, but here's an important thing that he should have known. According to the CDCR, Blaylock most recently received from Los Angeles County on June 23rd, 2004, after being sentenced to life with the possibility of parole for attempted first-degree murder of a peace officer or firefighter as a third striker. His sentence included enhancements for discharge and use of a firearm and a prior serious felony. So whoever this CO is that you're talking about, Munchie, he should have known, okay, he's in here for attempted murder on a cop. And then he should have known that he was also given another sentence for the murder of corrections officer Manuel Gonzalez, which happened in Chino back in 2005. For some reason, he was just sentenced in 2023 for what happened in 2005. Does that make sense? In August of 2023, he was sentenced.
It must have been a cold case. Maybe somebody told DNA that wasn't, you know, available back then. I'm just guessing if that's the case. I don't understand. I'm still just confused as how is this is content. Ain't no Damus doing nothing. You know, we the only active people out here is the East Side East. That's crazy.
In San Bernardino County to life without parole for the in-prison second-degree murder of Chino corrections officer Manuel Gonzalez.
Yeah, I don't know why that went on so
which
long.
happened in 2005.
Right.
So this CO that you're talking about that was in Folsom should have known, okay, he shot at a cop, got a life sentence. He killed a CO, got a life sentence. I'm gonna be on my best behavior with this guy.
If he didn't know about the cop, he should at least know about the CO.
I mean, you know, convicts would think it's a good thing he didn't know. Hope they slip up again and let some more slip through the cracks. They trying to suggest and help tighten up the system so the convicts is trying to get cracking on the crooked COs don't got action no more. I'm confused.
Everybody knows about the CO.
Yeah, that's supposed to ring bells all through CDCR, all 32 or 34 prisons. As far as COs go, you should have known that. You didn't do your homework, or you might think you one of these toughs.
As a father, a parent of a correctional officer, I can kind of relate to the sentiments that they express, but what is their motivation?
COs.
In fact, I just saw a video that Hector Bravo did about this CO that was killed.
Oh, so he know him.
No, I don't think he interviewed someone that knew him.
Okay.
Or he interviewed someone that was there. Hector Bravo wasn't on that yard when that happened in 2005, but he interviewed a dude that he knew that was there.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, this is widely known about in the CO community that John Blaylock killed this guy, Manuel Gonzalez. So every CO knows this. Now, the question is it worth even prosecuting this guy? Again, he's already got life with parole, life without parole, and he's doing all day.
Don't waste our tax dollars on that, bro. You already got life.
Yeah, and plus, when they got rid of the shoe, I think there's no telling he probably was in the
Let me let that ride.
shoe. But when the end of hostilities kicked in 2013, 14, 15, they started slowly releasing people out the shoe, regardless of.
Alex, is that the same camera or you got a new camera? I'm a little crispy. Or am I just now used to, is it new for me looking at it on this type of screen? That shit look wet though. Or is that my camera? Is one of them my camera? Damn, if it is, that motherfucker sure look good.
What your offenses were. They were letting the worst of the worst out. So you know, the family of Manuel Gonzalez actually sued the CDCR. So you might have a point. You know, lawsuits are going to be filed definitely.
Right.
Because they're going to say John Blaylock got no business walking around any prison general population yard. Obviously, John Blaylock is. I'm sorry, did I say John? Actually,
yeah, it is John Blaylock.
I see. Actually, yes, John Blaylock. His middle name is Christopher, maybe.
Okay.
But this guy, unfortunately, probably has to be put into segregation.
Yeah, man. I don't even like saying stuff like that.
I know, but maybe
I already said it though, multiple times. Don't take it back now.
maybe if
but you know, if we just talking logical,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
But if what you're saying is true, that maybe this CEO pissed him off and wanted to smoke, you know, because this guy's been living his life, Blaylock. He hasn't done anything in recent years, you know. The last thing is November 2014. It says here he was sentenced for an assault on another, I guess an assault on an inmate. Let's see. In 2014, he was sentenced to life.
This don't play.
Assault by an incarcerated person with a deadly weapon or force likely to he's been I would say in the last decade, all of this stuff is from his first 10 years in prison. You got 04, 05, 2014, and that's it. From 2014 to 2026, you got 12 years of no activity.
Yeah, it sounds like that CEO pushed the wrong button. It could be something small as, man, my toilet flooded. Like, man, hey, let them know they got to come. And the CEO just being dismissive. And when that door popped open, he did his thing on it. It be the slightest, well, to the world is minute, but that's his home. That cell is his home, so he ain't playing nobody. He got life, bro.
He got life without. He ain't getting out. He's LWOPed. And they got his mugshot here. And dude, his mugshot, bro, looks like somebody you just don't want to fuck with.
Bro look menacing.
Oh, bro look like he will kill you by staring at you. he is no joke. He has been through some shit. This guy has been through some shit.
Nah, he no nonsense.
Yeah,
for sure.
All right, man. I would love to get the details of what happened up there in Folsom between Mr. Blaylock and the CEO. Maybe
They don't really want the details like that because he didn't reach out to anybody from East Coast that he knows that readily has all the details for him. I'm here speaking on behalf of the East Side EEEs. Alex, they did not appreciate the coverage. I'm personally aware that you've worked on at least 600-700 cases yourself. I wanted a percentage of them that were East Coast Crips. And if you're going to be, you know, going into just raw cases, why do you keep landing on the East Coast so much after you dealt with so many different neighborhoods and individuals from different sets? It's just a question of curiosity. Oh, mama.
Let me get you on camera. Where you from?
California.
No, for real. You know, I'm serious though.
Watts, baby.
I know where you from though. Where you from?
Eastside PJ Watts.
I'm from Grace 2 Rock, nigga.
Right.
They call you, homie?
Big Slice.
Big Slice?
Yes, yes.
All right, nigga. They call me Puto, cuz.
Right.
It wasn't that possible. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.